ante tu amanecida. Vamos muchachos, vamos para arriba.
And at the end of the walk, I stood in what was a tiny little tuft of wild land. And I watched the light come in off the sea, shining on the underside of the leaves, and felt whatever we do, however we behave, however we are behaving, the music still plays. The song is still being sung. It's just whether we care to join in with that song, to hear it anew, as is the voice of each generation of each one of us. Can we do that? And what does that mean when we connect? How does that experience actually change us?
May Day festivals. Primitive man lived and died by his harvest. The purpose of his spring ceremonies was to ensure a plentiful autumn. Relics of these fertility dramas are to be found all over Europe. In Great Britain, for example, one can still see harmless versions of them danced in obscure villages on May Day. Their cast includes many alarming characters. A man animal or hobby horse who canters at the head of the procession, charging at the girls. A man-woman, the sinister teaser, played by the community leader or priest. And a man-fool, Punch, most complex of all the symbolic figures. The privileged simpleton and king for a day. 6 swordsmen follow these figures, and at the climax of the ceremony lock their swords together in a clear symbol of the sun. In pagan times, however, these dances were not simply picturesque jigs. They were frenzied rites ending in a sacrifice by which the dancers hoped desperately to win over the goddess of the fields. In good times, they offered produce to the gods and slaughtered animals. But in bad years, when the harvest had been poor, the sacrifice was a human being. Sometimes the victim would be drowned in the sea or burnt to death in a huge sacrificial bonfire. Sometimes the 6 swordsmen ritually beheaded the virgin. Dear God in heaven, even these people can't be that mad. The chief priests then skinned the child, and wearing the still warm skin like a mantle, led the rejoicing crowds through the streets. The priest thus represented a goddess reborn and guaranteed another successful harvest next year.
So, this is as far as we go. Something happened to my parents when I was a kid. I never knew them. They were pretty young when they got together. And then after a year or so, they had me.
Well, what happened to them?
I don't know. What happens to people?
I'm sorry?
I'm not. I never told anybody, and I thought I should.
I remind you of somebody.
No, you just needed a ride.
knew you'd come sooner or later. I've known it for a long time now. You think you can go around killing your secrets away? The truth will always rise to the surface. You'll see.
Except when you smile, it's surprising what you're showing me here. You are shining, shining, so much, yeah, so much. You are shining, so
gonna build me log cabin on the mountain way up high, so I can see Willie as he goes passing by. Oh, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird, and she wobbles as he flies, and she never goes cuckoo till the 4th day of July. Run, little rabbit, run. No, you can't catch me, I said. Run, little rabbit, run. No, you can't catch me, I said. Backpack, baby, don't you cry. Stop, dog, baby, let it ride. Backpack, baby, don't you cry. Stop, dog, baby, let it ride. Now I'm picking up my son. Oh, this feels so bleak.